Welcome to this DVD on interpreting parabola and straight line. So if you see here, you are given a parabola with x-intercept -2, x-intercept 3, y-intercept -6. And you're given a straight line that passes through 3 on the x-axis and -3 on the y-axis. Right? And you're also given the turning point over here. You're given the turning point. Right, let's see. The first question they ask you on this question is, write down the equations of f of x and g of x. So f of x is a parabola. So you're going to choose the quickest and shortest way to get the answer. You got your two x-intercepts, you got your y-intercept. Therefore, the shortest way would be for f of x, y is equal to a into x minus x-intercept into x minus x-intercept. So y is equal to a into x minus -2. We're putting that here. Yeah. Into x minus 3. Now we want to get rid of the x and the y. So we use the next point, which is -6, this point here. This point is actually 0 minus 6. That's x, that's y. So now y is -6. And x is 0. So there's the a, 0 plus 2. Minus times minus will be plus. Plus 2 into 0 minus 3. Minus 6 is equal to a into 2 into minus 3. Minus 6 is equal to a into minus 6. Now, minus 6 is equal to minus 6a. If I bring that on this side, it will become 6a. If I take that there, it will become 6. a is equal to 6 over 6, which is 1. Then your final answer, y is equal to, you go back to this step here. You go back to this step here, you want to substitute for a. And then expand after that. So you'll say 1 into x plus 2. Remember, this is x plus 2. X plus 2 into x minus 3. So this 1 won't make any difference now. You know, multiplying by 1. So, alright, but anyway, let's leave it here. You'll get x squared plus 2x minus 3x will give you minus x plus 2 times minus 3 will give you minus 6. And then finally you multiply it out. 1 times x will give you x squared. 1 times minus x will give you minus x. 1 times minus 6 will give you minus 6. So there is your final answer for f of x. Alright, that was your final answer for f of x. I'm going to go over there now and work out the answer for the straight line. So let's go on to that side. And let's create some space for g of x. Now, when we're working with g of x, we're working with the straight line here. We're working with the straight line. So you got this ordered pair here, which is 3, 0. So let's write that down. You got 3, 0. And then you've got this ordered pair here, which is 0 minus 3. So to find the equation of the straight line here, you'll have to do 3 steps. Step 1, you're going to find m. Step 1, you'll find m. m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now you can call that x1, y1, x2, y2. So it's y2, which is minus 3, minus, this minus is coming from here, minus y1, which is 0, all over. x2, which is 0. This minus is coming from the formula. It's coming from here, this minus. x1 is 3. So you end up with minus 3 over minus 3, which is equal to 1. So you got m is equal to 1. Now, from the diagram, you can see very clearly that c is minus 3 because the y-intercept is minus 3. Therefore, no working for c, c is equal to minus 3. And therefore, finally, y is equal to mx plus c. And y is equal to m is 1. So it will be 1x minus, well actually plus minus 3, which becomes y is equal to x minus 3. So that's your equation for the straight line. Alright, so you got to know your basics. You got to know how to, what is the formula for finding the equation of a parabola. You got to know what is the steps for finding the equation of a straight line. The 3 steps are: step 1, find m; step 2, find c, which we did over here, and this is step 3. This one is step 3. Substitute in y is equal to mx plus c. So step 1, find m; step 2, find c; step 3, substitute in y is equal to mx plus c, and you got your final answer. Alright, so that was the first question on this, and after this we'll move on to question 2.